gonna start. I know I'm blurry. I really could care less. But we're gonna start off on TikTok first. All right, YouTube. We're gonna move to the other camera, YouTube. Move to the other camera, YouTube. Let's start out over there, and then once I'm done over there, we'll come back over here. All right. So let's go to Kitty Land real quick, and let's go to Kitty Land, and we'll be back over here. So let's go over there real quick, and we'll be back. Okay. Okay. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. No worries. No worries. No worries. Stay right there. Stay right there. Hey, TikTok. Hey, TikTok. Hope y'all doing well. I'm doing well. This more so like a check-in. This more so like a check-in live. Appreciate the heart memes. I mean, this the bad camera. This the bad camera. YouTube got the good camera. Just came to check in. I know most of y'all y'all not worried about me. Let's just make this straight, YouTube. And let's make this straight, TikTok. Y'all not worried about me. Y'all bored. I didn't ditch y'all. I didn't ditch y'all. Kids have out of school, of course. You know, it's a holiday, it's a 4-day, of course. Y'all don't miss me. That's called boredom. That's called you can't find that spark. You're not targeted. You're not targeted. No, you good. You good. I appreciate that check-in. But there's a few others I know. There's a few others I know. You know, I know. I ain't lying. You have been in a frenzy of sorts. You can't pull yourself out of it, but you want to be entertained by it. One thing, guys, I pulled myself out of it. There's really nothing here. I'm gonna be on YouTube. Don't you worry about it. I got you. There's nothing here. You're running into your same circles. You're running into your same circles. You're running into some of the same people. You're trying to keep quiet. And it is what it is. It's fine. It's fine how it is. It's great. What's some of the things you're running into here? Of course, you know, money. Money here, money there, right? Of course, there's always a person or two trying to dox another individual. Some things that I didn't know. I didn't know some people were housebound. Found that out. Didn't know that. Interesting. Very interesting. Does explain some of the reasons some people have some built up anger. Didn't know that. Did not know that at all. Megan, don't worry about that, wild and free. Just information at this point. Megan, I am not actually, how do I explain this? I like going over to YouTube to express my honest opinion. Everything here pretty much is a, hey, everything here is about 50% of my expression. I've realized that I can't outwardly express myself in times that look very much historically like former times. But on YouTube, I feel like I have a little bit more leeway with expression than I do here. I feel like a lot of people's feelings get really, really involved here. And when their feelings get involved with the news, I have to check myself to worry about their feelings. On YouTube, I don't have that option. There's not that option available. Like, there's nobody I have to worry about coming in a box or trying to tell me something different. I just putting it out there. What do you, hold how interested others are in others' lives. I mean, continue to work. I mean, to answer that, that's pretty much the cycle here. The thing to work through on that is to, if your life is the one that is getting looked into, you don't let it take over or let that person bother you. I think that's the part about where most people kind of fail here, is they show their dislike from being looked into versus saying, I don't give a fuck. You know, like, that's my life, you know? That's where most people lose the battle, is their focus is on the worry and the anticipation. Excuse me. The worry or anticipation of someone looking into their life versus just that is your life and it doesn't matter if anybody looks into it. I think that part is where the person who is looking into someone's life gets a one up. Hey now, Fry gets a one up on. Hey now, Queen gets a one up on somebody else, is when they can have that person worried or anxiety ridden about something they've looked up, and it's only on this app. And to be particular, please get that out your mouth. It's only on this app. Hey now, Jocelyn, it's only on JP. I see you. It's only on this app in particular that it is a thing. It's only here where if a person can make you feel manic or make you emotionally distraught, then they have a one up on you, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird because that shouldn't affect you that much. This, oh, thank you so much, JP. This app shouldn't affect you so much to where it makes you feel some type of way. I know I saw some things in this today. I saw a few things where I was like, that shouldn't affect that person too much, even if it is old photos that person is showing, or if it is a photo of someone's relative. It shouldn't affect you, but I know it is going to affect them, and they're going to get online tonight and talk about it. But I wish they would do the opposite. But they can't help themselves. It's part of the app. It is part of the watchers here as well. The people who watch as well are looking for the person to respond. So they're looking for you to respond about something that an evil person put out about your life. It's just the proverbial cycle on this app. And I don't think I'm in it anymore. I don't think, hey now, I don't think I'm in a cycle anymore. I more so, on a historical basis, have gotten out the cycle. I think I have done a phenomenal job of, Josh, I see you, of doing some historical research on how latter times meet up to formal times. The reason I feel like I'm out of it is because I am forgotten. And that's how you want to be. You want to be forgotten when you come on this app. You want most people to forget you. And I think that's where I'm trying to become. So if you see me less on this app, it's because I'm trying to become this forgotten mirage that just comes back one day. And then when I do come back, like today, most people don't have an interest in, don't know who I am, and it works out great for me. That way, I'd rather be a forgotten mirage than a daily reminder. And I think that's where most people get distracted. They're constantly trying to prove something on here, and there's nothing to prove on here. Especially, just a mirage. There's much more going on in society or the world, and of course YouTube. I'm gonna share that with you, but I don't think that is for me to disrupt your TikTok lives. I'm not gonna disrupt your TikTok life at all. TikTok is something I learned about 4 years ago, and I've said it before. It is very much like a slow clock. Very much tick tock, tick tock, and with the slow moving clock, most things you won't notice until it's too late. Uh, so I don't plan to interrupt that slow moving clock at all. Um, no, I don't think there's nothing to be worried about. Actually, I think there's some very insightful things going on. Unlike, well, let me fill you in on a few things from history. All right, so through history, let's go back to Germany. Before the Nazi Party was started and the Gestapo was started, there were a group of scientists that came over to America and were looking at the Jim Crow laws and looking at everything that America was doing to black people. They took the behaviors that they learned back to Germany, and that's how we have the Nazi Party. But the beginning of the Nazi Party actually came from the studying of Americans. I wonder if you knew that. Did you know that? Did you know that little fact there? The Nazi Party was born because they came and studied America. What a little helpful little insight into how that party was started. So America still bars fault on the development of said party. As the world turned against said party, America did the most thing that it loves doing. It put on its sheet. How funny is that? It did a cover up. So it said it had no relations, or it did not agree, and it fought against said thing that party learned from right over here in the United States. It just put on a sheet. How whimsically funny. So in modern times, what's going on has always been part of America. Currently, what's going on in America has always been covered up and sheeted and has always been there. It wasn't something foreign that came from some foreign nation that's being learned today. It's something that pretty much, when you ask, even though civil rights litigation was passed in 1965, the people who didn't want it to happen didn't pass away. So what were they teaching in their homes, even though this bill was passed? How whimsical. There is a difference, though, that I did learn that makes me a little bit happy between the Nazi Party of former and what's going on today. In history, what was going on back in Germany is that Hitler was very, very popular. In modern times, the current president is not very, very popular. There are communities of both non-melanated and melanated trying to protect themselves. Now, the bigger of the communities I do worry about, and that's the Black Panther Party, getting themselves involved. Yes, he thinks he's popular. Getting themselves involved with said outreach can make them a target for sore thumbs. So there's always someone looking for a target, and that would be the easiest target, but I am not their spokesperson and I am not speaking to them, so I have no way to communicate that to them. But there are handfuls of communities that are coming together to talk against this.
Should I take out the trash?
No. No, I didn't ask you to. He got his own problems with the Epstein files. Speaking of said, which everything that's going on in the world seems to be a deterrence from from rich people wanting it to be out that they touch little kids, and protecting millionaires and billionaires from said site is what's really going on. All these calamities of the world are going on because someone doesn't want you to see who all or what kind of people with money are involved with touching little children. As the world turns, the U.S. is making a grave endeavor towards trying to take over Greenland as Germany, France, and other nations send troops in to exercise or rather protect Greenland. What is to be stated and to be known about Greenland that no one's talking about as the U.S. makes a major push towards AI is that if you house the AI center in Greenland, then they have an abundance of cold water and cold resources, not to over pollute the air or water sources. So it does make a good stationary base for AI revolution is what they're not talking about. What is going on is that our European, don't know whether to call them allies anymore or not, are making a push to isolate America as it should be, and maybe some of us should make a move to, I don't know how well this works here when you're in isolation. I don't know how well isolation works with a bunch of different ideas being pushed at one time, including there's $90 billion that got given to building prisons, and it does make me wonder who's going to fill those prison beds since they're already filled, and it takes about $1 up to $5 a day to get your full need of work done in prison. It's about $5 a day, and that's how much it takes to make about a 2-minute phone call from a prison cell. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just putting out information as needed and necessary to know information as much as you need to know. Also, what you need to know is that the Congress may be experiencing, and the government may be experiencing a short-term shutdown on 1/30, January 30th, may be a short-term shutdown because they cannot pass resolution on whether to fund ICE. They have said that they will not be funding ICE. The Democrats did grow a backbone and said they will not be putting any funding towards ICE, including not just giving them training or body cams. So the Democrats have put their foot down and said that they would not be funding a bill towards funding ICE, which I think is very interesting. I think I have a few more news articles that I could push over here. I have a few more bits of news that I could show you, and then I will marry myself on over to the other camera that is located on YouTube to give them my absolutely unscripted, unprovoked thoughts about everyone here and the news that's going on as well. So let me see if I can rummage through my little bag and find you some clips. Let's see what I can find in my Barney bag. As we wait, we have a song by Ella Langley today that is a new word or term that has been given to me. No longer calling it white supremacy, but calling it white narcissism. They say it's not white supremacy because there is no superiority when you don't have any superiority over anybody, including oneself. They're calling it white narcissism because people who believe in that are trying to center themselves and make everything about them and whiteness. So if you take what a narcissist is and put white in front of it, that is the way that they're acting. It is a new term that is being thrown out into the hemisphere of the global majority, which I believe is all of you. It is no longer called white supremacy because there is no supremacy over it. They are calling it white narcissism. White narcissism. I find the term riveting, and I think it will cause, I think that term alone will cause some people not only to squirm, but to feel, it's like a roast in a sense. Not a beef roast, but like the dozens when you roast somebody. It will make them feel some type of way, like a sad type of way if you call them a white narcissist. So this term was threw out to the global majority as of today. I got the term and I said, you know what? I'm going to share it with everybody. The new term is not white supremacy, it is white narcissism. So if someone finds themselves overly centering themselves in the racial identity of calling themselves white, remember that you can say you're being a white narcissist is what you're being, not a white supremacist, because all that hate and all that dislike for other people just makes you a narcissist. It makes you center things around yourself that should not center yourself around to make other people feel sad for you. I'm just giving out the term. I didn't come up with the term. I just found it today. I was listening to some stuff, and I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that it is out there in the hemisphere, and I just wanted to let you know what that new term was. So if you hear that term in the future, you heard it here, and wherever I got it from, I heard it as well today. So please let it be known when you start hearing that term. Okay, we got it. It's out there, and that's the new term they're rolling with as well. All right. Hey, I can't either. I don't. Hold on. Megan may be Mini Socialite Foundation. That may be Megan. That may be Megan. Mini Socialite Foundation. So I am going to roll some clips of this beautiful beam footage that I have been collecting while you all have been minding your own business. The first clip I am going to roll is that Canada is now working closely with China, and we have lost one of our border allies to China. Also let it be known that China and Russia are loving what's going on in the U.S. Now, the population in the U.S., us citizens may not love it, but the world powers are loving everything that Donald Trump is doing. If you did not believe he is an agent without proof, we can't prove that he isn't a Russian informant or agent at all. That's something we can't prove, but as the world turns, we are learning things. And I'll roll this clip from Canada's Prime Minister for you right now.
I'd like to know what Canada is doing to protect the integrity of Greenland. And related, China fashions itself a near-Arctic power, and with some claims to Arctic resources. So I wonder if you could answer that question, what we're doing to help protect Greenland's integrity, and how do you feel about China's claims, such as they are, to Arctic resources?
Well, several aspects of that. The first, with respect to Greenland, the future of Greenland is a decision for Greenland and for the Kingdom of Denmark. We are NATO partners with Denmark, and so our full partnership stands. Our obligations on Article 5, Article 2 of NATO stand, and we stand full square behind those.
I'd like to know what Canada is doing to protect the integrity of Greenland, and related, China fashions itself a
My bad, Christina. My bad. I gotta work through the kinks. I gotta remember to unmute some stuff. That's on me. My bad. That is on me. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. You can hear the Prime Minister though, right? You hear the Prime Minister though, right? You heard the Prime Minister? Oh no, y'all drive. You heard the Prime Minister though, right? You did hear the Prime Minister though, right? Nah, it's not. It's not. Okay, as long as you heard the Prime Minister. Let's move on to the next clip. All right, we're moving on to the next clip. My bad, y'all. My bad. Sorry, everybody. Peppa, I see you. Sorry, everybody. My bad. Oh, this is the baby that was, this was the baby that had tear gas. This is the mother speaking.
Just like lifeless, like he had like foam like around his mouth. Nobody wants to see their kids like that.
Chaotic moments in North Minneapolis Wednesday night as chemical gas, flashbangs, and fireworks were exchanged.
We were leaving South Minneapolis from our son's basketball game at Anderson Middle School.
As the night unfolded,
we started to see, lights and stuff.
One North Minneapolis family trying to make their way home.
Like, even trying to leave, I couldn't go backwards, forward. It was like I was stuck.
Destiny and Sean Jackson, along with their 6 kids, had just left the nearby grocery store after the game when they turned onto Lyndale. Sean says they tried to take a side street after they saw the crowds.
There's nothing we can do if it's blocked off.
Sean and Destiny say they were stuck between crowds of protesters and law enforcement. When law enforcement tried to disperse the crowd,
all we heard was boom, and every airbag deployed.
They say a flashbang went off near their car as tear gas enveloped them.
And I was screaming to my oldest son, Sean, I'm like, get out. Like, I can't, Mom, and I can't breathe.
Destiny says bystanders pulled her into a home to check on her as she screamed that her 6-month-old child was still in the car.
He was just like lifeless, like he had like foam like around his mouth, and you can see he had tears coming out his eyes. I was giving him mouth to mouth, and I remember stopping and I said, I will give you all my breath till you get yours back, because nobody wants to see their kids like that.
The family was
As you heard, that was the mother from the child and the father as well. In a clear interview, you could not no doubtly hear yourself what was going on. It's heartbreaking what happened to that family and those children. But I believe that I have a clip. I believe I have a clip from residents in Minneapolis as they said that they are going to fight against ICE. Now, this is the difference between the Nazi regime and a little historical difference. You didn't have people actively fighting back against the Gestapo back then, or Nazis. But we do have clips of residents fighting back. I was in the mindset that we had a very weak population. I was in the mindset that we had a population that was going to like bend the knee. I thought we had I thought we had a population of people that were going to bend the knee to Donald Trump. And my best bet was, instead of trying to be in a revolutionary and fight, would be to just go ahead and mind my own business and whimsically leave. But it seems that we have a population that is not going to bend the knee, and is not dealing small man or little man syndrome of angry men. Angry little men is what they're being called. So let me see if I can pull that clip for you right now. Hold on, let me make sure I'll move this over, because I don't know what's on I don't know what the hell I got in my photo thing. Obviously, I'm like, yo, what's in my camera roll? And obviously, there are things in my camera roll that I'm like, yeah, I definitely don't want any smoke from anybody because of what's in my camera roll. So, my camera roll is pretty much exhausted, and if I try to go through here and try to find the clip, you know what? Just not going to do any good for anybody at this point. So I'm going to choose the latter. And the latter is I'm choosing to find this one clip that I have, and then I'm going to get the hell up off of here. That's what I'm going to do. So I got a clip I'm going to roll. And I'm going to get up off of here because I obviously I've been spending time with family, and I just didn't have my drive together as normally as I do. And I didn't check my drive as candid as it is. So I'm just going to roll this one clip, and I'm going to say goodbye once I get this rolling. All right. You're right. It's going to be a see you later. All right? It is going to be a see you later. It is going to be a see you later. All right? Listen. A majority of the live will be conducted on here, on YouTube. It's not that there's this emphasis that I still have in me where if I have nothing to give, I don't want to take anything, right? So I don't want to sit in front of my camera, even though I know a majority of people would enjoy it. I don't want to sit in front of my camera and just sit there and try to come up with dialogue. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit in front of my camera and attack people. Okay? That's not what I want to do. I want to put out information. I want it to be as free as possible. If you're feeling good about what you like here, of course you do what you do. But I don't want to force anything. Does that make sense? I don't want to force anything on the people that follow me. I just want to put out the news. That's it. I don't want to push anyone else's feelings on you. I don't even want to push my own feelings on you. I don't want to do that. I just want to have a good time doing the news. And then I want to get on with the day. If I'm doing finances, if I'm doing education, if I'm doing whatever, if we're learning math in this joint, I want to enjoy what I'm doing. All right? TikTok would like me to sit in front of my camera even if I'm not doing anything. I don't want to do that. I can find a bunch of things to do in my time besides sit in front of my camera. Like I was working on class. I got a bunch of stuff I can do instead of sitting on my camera. I could go to the park. I could, hey, look. I know somebody's gonna be watching this broadcast. They're gonna see this. Look at that. Look what I did with my time. Look at that. You should research the price on that. Look at that. I didn't steal that. I didn't steal that. I didn't steal this. I didn't steal this. Just to let you know, this isn't stolen merchandise. I bought this. I pulled the pack open and I bought that. Just want to let you know. Not stolen. Not stolen at all. Nothing's stolen. It's stolen. Nothing's stolen at all. I got better things to do with my time, you know? And I know you have better things to do with your time, all right? There's only so much doom scrolling you could do on TikTok before you get up and clean up or start cooking dinner or take a bath or shower or start vacuuming or sweeping or mopping, there's only so much doom scrolling you can do on TikTok. Let's be honest. A monster orange sickle. There's only so much. And to be honest, there's only so much scrolling that I could do as well. I don't find anything interesting over there. I find myself on YouTube a lot of times looking at documentaries, looking at sports, or looking at whatever to see if there's an antithesis of even entertainment. So maybe I find myself on one of the blog pages and I'm like, is there anything? And maybe I found a few gems, or a few gems were given to me, but doesn't mean that I need to share those gems as well. But once again, it is if there's some juicy stuff that comes along, I'm all for sharing it all day. But other than that, I think the best thing I could do is prepare you for a future or non-future that doesn't exist, and how do we get over that hump together? You know. I know it's on the way other side. With that, this stream's gonna end. You can open back up that TikTok app and do some doom scrolling. You can find yourself something to watch. You can go on TikTok and go to TikTok shop, since it's all over the app. Every 3 scrolls, you can find somebody trying to pander you a product or make you pay for something. You can do that on there. Or you can find yourself on Reddit and find you something as well on there. I myself, I'm gonna go do some schoolwork. All right? Y'all have an amazing day. You're wonderful, amazing people. Every single one of you. You are a great individual. All right? And make sure you're loving on yourself and loving on the people that love you. And make sure you remember that you're important. Even if nobody haven't told you today, you are. You're very important, and you're very needed on this planet of Earth. And I want you to know that you're going to be a bright smile in somebody's day, even if you don't think you are. And if you don't think nobody's watching you do all the amazing, great things that you're doing in your life, somebody is, and they're looking up to you. So make sure you carry yourself with all glee, with your head back and your crown on, as if somebody's watching you. All right? I am going to holler at you. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. Peace out.